Coach is very excited, of course, to enter into the first game tomorrow against Malawi. We had a good pre-camp last week where we did a selection, and now the internationals arrived. So at the moment we have 28 players in the squad, 4 keepers, 24 field players. We had a very good trainings week at the Woodlands. It's important for us to work on our principles, on our playing idea. The players also teach the coach a lot in terms of culture, in terms of just understanding the whole environment. For me it was very a comfortable week, but we worked hard through. It's a lot of things we need to solve, challenges we already managed, and in the end the game is the most beautiful for the coach. Then we see what is already working. For me it's important that we focus on our performance. That's what we can influence, and usually the result is following when the performance is going to be right. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. We can now hear from the CAF Women's Player of the Year. I think people haven't seen her for a long time at home. Welcome on. Barbra, an important game tomorrow for the team, and obviously the bigger pictures to prepare for the WAFCON. Firstly, how are the girls preparing for this one, and how have you managed to just settle as a team to prepare for this assignment?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the team is, the Malawian camp is very high, and everyone is looking forward for tomorrow's game. We are not taking it rightly because we know Malawi, they also have good players, so it's a challenge game, and we all know what stakes we are. It's a preparation for the WAFCON, which we have set our goals as a team, which we want to achieve something big. So it will be a tough game. So everybody, I know even you people are expecting a lot from us, but you have to know that this team will always be there, and we are trying to build. You see a lot of new players, new faces. We are trying to build a strong powerhouse.
Thank you. I'll open the floor for questions. I'll request that you introduce yourself, ask your questions. Yes.
Hi, good morning, Coach. Good morning, Skipper. My name is Aaron Manga from Zambia. My question goes to the coach. Obviously, you've got a number of young players who've come to be part of this team, like Matilda, Mukunda, Messi Pasula. How are the young players faring in terms of training? How are they catching up, and how are they faring in terms of what you're giving them?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Already in the pre-camp we had 10 players who are still eligible to play for under 20, under 17. And some of them also made now the cut down. For me it's always, we need to have a wide look, also bring a bit a good structure in terms of experienced player, of younger players who are hungry. Normally they start to challenge a bit, the older ones. They sometimes also have a very free mind, So for me, we have interesting young players. It's good also in perspective of under 17 World Cup, which is happening this year. But so far they do well, and they got very good guided also from our captain and the more experienced players.
Coach, Isaac Chipatanga, freelance journalist. First and foremost, how much do you know about this Malawian side? I know a lot of people are talking about the Chawinga sisters, Temu and Tabita, but beyond that, how much do you know about this Malawian side from a technical and tactical perspective?
I think we expected this question, right? No, it's fair enough to ask this. Basically, this week we have been focusing a lot on us. It's to bring our principles, our idea. So the big focus is always on us. Of course, we prepare the opponent. We have a high respect of every opponent. Malawi even called up more international players than we did. But for me, it's also not only the Chawinga sisters. They have Sabina Tom on the other wing. They have Rose on the central midfield position. So they have plenty of interesting players, also young ones. So we take this game fully serious. I think Malawi was always a bit underrated also because they did not qualify or entered into the qualifiers for the WAFCON. Normally you need to gain these points over friendly games, But for me, now they are in the new qualifiers in, and it's definitely a squad which we can expect to show up in WAFCON 26.
My name is Victoria Lemosi from Crown TV. Coach, what is your overall expectation from the team in the two friendly games? I have another question for the captain. Barbra.
You have to hold.
You know, we can only do one thing at a time. We are not so multitasking. But I give you the first answer, and then Barbra will for sure give you the second. Basically this week we went a bit through all the phases. I think everything is related. Of course, we want to structure a bit our possession. When this is structured better, it's also affecting the rest defense, our defense. So we went a bit through the days and through all those game phases that we have an overall idea. I told the players today, but also they should have the freedom to take the decision on the pitch, not that they get blocked about too much information. For me, it's also important that we already started to work on our culture. It's not only football, we are a group of humans, and we need to work out the environment, what kind of values we want to follow, what is our objectives, what is the mission we want to go on. So also there we did the first step this week, Panono, and I'm very curious tomorrow about the performance. Coach is here and we do it together. I have a very good feeling and satisfied of the trainings week.
Okay, and then to Barbra, how do you feel that we have a number of young players that have come in from the under-17 and just different levels that have joined you, and how do you hope to inspire these young ones so that they can reach the levels that you have?
Obviously, we know our young players are so talented, and it's just not coming in. They have to come with a challenge, because we need to focus on what we want to achieve and what we are planning for this year. So it's their challenge also. It's not about the senior players, but also if they are able to fit in the team, they are playing good than the senior players, then definitely they'll have a place in the team.
Okay, Coach and Barbra, good morning. My name is Chansa from ZNBC. Coach, this will be your first game in charge of the Copa Queens, and many will be watching just to see how you do. Does that come as a source of concern, or does that give you pressure? And just how are you working around your starting 11? Will it be experience, or it will be a blend of both youth and experience?
Good morning to you. Basically, we expect a packed and crowded Woodlands stadium. I also heard that the area around, they are all football crazy people. For me, this is the best who can happen. I like to have a pot who is heated, I like to have a loud crowd, a supportive crowd. It's my first game, so I really have the desire to get all of your fully support, that you carry us through the game. Basically, for me, but this is my personal attitude, I don't see this pressure. Pressure is for me an inner psychological construct which you build yourself. And I see challenges that we try to solve, and I'm curious. I'm more like curious, how will we start into the game? How can we adapt on challenges Malawi will bring us? So I have more always this kind of curiosity. We will be very awake, to also react, or let's say to be initiative in the game. But for me, I learned to release a bit this kind of, it's pressure. I do the morning often breathing exercises for me, just to be with me, and I don't allow, too much to enter. I'm just full of joy and curious, yeah.
Coach, my name is Calvin from Woodlands. One thing that the team has been struggling with is obviously the defense and conceding too many goals. How have you found a solution to the defense? And if yes, what are you able to single out some players that you think could potentially start in your defense tomorrow?
Yeah, I would name it a bit different than you. I would not say struggling. For me, again, I think all the phases in the game affect each other. So let's say when we structure maybe a bit the distances in our possession play, it will allow us much easier when we lose the ball to regain it, you know. So already the possession is affecting the defense. So everything is in a certain order. So we really started a bit more also in how can we maintain and hold the ball a bit better. Today in the training we will pick a bit the rest defense. We worked in the week on principles of line of 4 and holdings. For me, the team picked it up very well, very quick. It's of course a lot of new things. I always need to take a bit care. I don't overload the player, Barbara. I always want so much, you know. I need to reduce myself a bit. But so far, I'm curious that we are voila.
Vala Pakati.
Voila Pakati.
Good morning, Coach and Captain. My name is Brian Miller Jr. from USTV. If I got you correct, Coach, you did talk about the importance of cultural values in being incorporated into your game plans to make sure that you win games, obviously starting with the game against Malawi tomorrow. Would you be kind enough to tell the nation at least 2 of the cultural values that you're trying to impact into the team?
Yeah.
To make sure that
basically, I think it's not me who needs to define those values. I think it's the team who needs to work out those things together, you know, that everybody is also committed behind. So this week we started that the team explained me what is the football DNA. We worked a bit on what is typical Zambian, and we also spoke the first time about what are kind of values which could be important for us. But so far we did not a reduction on it. It's just I need also to do it there, panono, you know, learn. And for me it's something we need to do together with the players, with the staff. It needs to grow out of the team, that everybody can identify themselves with it, you know. It can never be copy-paste from another team or whatever. It needs to grow. So we are just started this process. And I guess maybe in 2-3 camps I can give you there a bit more precise information.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sidney. My name is Michael Miller from News Leaders. Good morning, Coach, and of course, good morning to you, PB11. I have a question for PB11 and the coach as well. To start with you, Barbra. For the first time in a long time, or the first time in the history of women's football, we have a foreign coach. How has it been for you as players trying to adjust and, of course, trying to work, implement her philosophy as a new coach?
Oh, I'm curious.
Well, that's a good question. I think football language is just the same, whether the foreign coach or the principles that they'll come in. Football basics is just the same. So we are happy that we have a foreign coach, and we are trying to learn something different, something new, different culture, and definitely to be on whatever game she wants us to play. So we are adapting so well as a team, and we are coordinating so well, and I'm for sure you see some changes.
And to you, Coach, you've said you're not under pressure, but of course this is your first game, your first assignment as a Copa Queens coach. How crucial is it for you to start this journey on a winning note?
Yeah, basically everybody wants to win games, either when I play cards or whatever. So every game is important. We are type of players in everything we do. So we all expect always from us to win. But for me, it's the wrong question, you know, because everybody wants to win. That's a very simple question. For me, it's how can we influence our performance? This is the right question, because I believe that there are indicators in performance, like we say, how compact are we? How is the voila? So working, and there we have some indicators which we prove ourselves, and the better we raise all those performance indicators, the better will be the outcome of our results. Usually results always follow the performance, so we need to focus on the performance. And when we do the performance on the pitch, well, there is also a little piece of luck in every game, which you cannot control, but over the performance you will influence the results. So that's our way of thinking.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Sidin. I've got two questions, one for Captain Barbara as well as Coach Nora. For Coach Nora, the first time that you stepped your foot in the CompuTicket camp, how has been the relationship with your players? And then those kind of individuals, have you found the kind of individuals that are very willing to listen to you and learn more from you?
Yeah, basically I felt a very warm welcome. I think I'm a coach who wants to be on the same eye height. I'm not over the players. I like to be in good communication. The dialogue is for me very important. I think we always can learn from each other. I have this openness. It's not just that my opinion is the one and onlyest in the world, you know. I'm always, in a good exchange. I felt very welcome. Of course, in the beginning, the coach is taking more care of the top players. Barbara is a spokesperson for me, you know, which is very crucial, of course, as captain. But for me, in the end, all the humans want the attention of the leader. So in the end, I also try to give our youngsters who are in, you know, sometimes my word. Then there's staff members, which also. So I try also, of course, to give a word or an energy or a feedback also to all of them sooner or later. But so far, I could not be happier to be here, to be honest.
Barbara, I don't know whether it's the same question that Michael asked. I didn't hear what he said, but it's about the playing philosophy. The one that you had before and the one that is there now. Has it been very easy for you to adapt to the new philosophy of Coach Nora as a team?
Yeah, like the coach has said that panono. So we are trying to adapt. But the good thing is that you see what we've been learning. We try to implement them in the game because it will be our first game. So you were able to see the changes or with the previous games that we've been having.
Okay, Cosmos, I hope it will be one question. It's not a standard to ask two questions, by the way. It was just an exception.
You need to ask three.
My name is Cosmos from Womalenga from Dana TV. My question goes to Barbra Banda. You said it's going to be the first game, but it's also going to be the first game of the year. And I think you have a lot to live up to based on your personal performance last year. Being the first game in the national team, how critical is it for you to set the pace for the remainder of the year, both on the national team level, but also on the club level?
Yeah, okay, I won't talk about my club for now, but I'll concentrate with my national team because I'm here. So, yeah, it will be a first game, and it's a game that will determine how far we'll be going with this 2025. We know we have qualified to all the tournaments that we're supposed to have, so it's a good preparation for us also. And like you've been saying, it will be so crucial because we are not underrating any team. We take every game serious, so it's a game that is going to determine how far we'll be going with these preparations and the tournaments that we'll be having.
Yes.
Isaac Patanga, freelance journalist. My question goes to you, Barbara. The media have been creating this rivalry between you and Temwa. That has been happening in the last season in the United States of America. Now it's crossed the Atlantic, so to speak, and the latest installment will be tomorrow at the Woodlands Stadium. Does that rivalry, in inverted commas, between you and Temwa add extra pressure on your shoulders to try and outplay her and perform better than her?
Yeah, thanks. Honestly, I don't compete with anyone. I just do my best, and I do what I know. And at the end of the day, I want my team to win. So, at the level where I am, I don't compete, but I just have to deliver to my country and do my best.
Yes, Chance.
Okay, hi Barbara. So mine is quite similar to his question, but basically the two games bring together arguably some of the most decorated female footballers in world football. There's you, Kundananji, and the others, and then we also have the Chawinga sisters. But what are you hoping the young players in both squads can learn from you guys in tomorrow's game?
Yeah, I think first thing, a lot of young players are looking up to us. So, firstly, we need to put ourselves together as we call ourselves stars, but we are not stars. When we are a team, we are one. So we need to have a team play. It's not an individual, or it's not about Barbara, but it's a group work. It's not boxing that I will go individual. I will need someone to pass me the ball to score. So the young players are looking up to us, and we have to show them good things that they are supposed to do and what they have to learn.
Yes. Him, then you.
Okay.
He has not asked a question.
Okay, my name is Joe Chanda from Press Nation FM Radio. My question goes to Barbra Banda. How are you making sure that you blend well with the young ones tomorrow? How are you telling them, since we have got under 17, under 20?
Yeah, like the youngsters are coming on so well, and it's just a matter of communicating with them, having a word with them, so that they feel comfortable with being in the team.
Thank you.
My question goes to Coach Nora. You've trained from the venue for tomorrow's game. Are you happy with the state of the pitch? Do you think it's going to help implement your playing philosophy?
Good question. Yeah, your point. I think the Woodlands Stadium is really happy to host us. We are happy also to play there because we know the atmosphere will be fantastic. It's always a togetherness, and today they tried to maintain the pitch, you know, to be the best it can be tomorrow. Of course, when we want to play more football, we also need to have a proper pitch, you know, which allows us to rule the ball fast. But finally, football is you take the conditions how they are. So however the pitch will be tomorrow, we adjust and we will play the best we can on it.
This one goes to the coach. Looking at how Malawi have come in with the pride of the Temwa, and I would like to find out from you. So far we've trained with the team and you've known the girls. So which of the ladies are you going out in to say, I'm putting the pressure, or this is pride for Zambia now, under you?
Sorry, now I was disturbed. Now I did not understand your question.
Part of
Can
the
you
question.
maybe repeat
Simplify
it? Sorry.
it, actually.
Like from the players so far, which player can single out a player to say, this player is what I'm depending to deliver in case the team falls. This can step up. Looking at the previous, we had the single out of Barbra and Rachel Kundananji. Are you trying to maintain the two, or you have your own coming in?
So you're asking basically about the starter 11 of us, or?
From the starting 11, which players are you putting in to say?
Yeah.
These
You want to
are
know
my
the
players.
starting 11? I got you. I got you. But I don't release the starting 11 already now. It will be a surprise for tomorrow.
It's a surprise, but I'm trying to find out to say the players, the stars so far, like your star, you say, okay, I'm relying on this player at least to deliver the results. Like Malawi is coming in with Temwa to say, okay, we have Temwa. Pride to say we have Temwa. Zambia so far, who do we have?
Well, basically, coach is not stupid. I'm of course putting the best players on the pitch because but basically I don't release the starting lineup now. Maybe there will be also a surprise for you in. So it will be communicated tomorrow before the game an hour. Thank you.
Last question.
Yeah, Coach, you told the BBC last year that you've always wanted to sign Barbra Banda, and when you are still in Germany. How does it feel to coach the best player in Africa right now?
Well, like I said, I could not be more happier than to be here. I had a very warm welcome in terms of the culture, you know. I think the warm Zambian culture fits to me. I also need to be comfortable. And then, of course, I know these players. Basically, they played me when I was the Ghana coach in February. So I know them, yeah, somehow inside out. To be now here on this chair and lead this squad, it's for me an honor. And I will give all in and do everything I can, you know, to deliver the environment and the platform for the players that they can perform the best they can. So I see me really serving to them, you know, and try to create everything that we can perform good and like this also be successful.